Well, that's it for now. I'll be back at 11 o'clock this evening, but for the moment, we leave you with the memorable images of today.
Good evening. Well, we really have seen some amazing sights over the last couple of days, but it's now nature's turn to take over in the form of its own light and sound show. Yes, thunder and lightning. More of that in just a minute. But look how lucky we were down to the south in London. We were getting quite concerned this afternoon about that cloud and rain. We thought it might affect the flypast, but fortunately it's held off until now. Yes, it has started raining in London, and that rain is going to develop further. More of that in just a minute. But out across Scotland and Northern Ireland, this is where we've seen the wettest weather today. That will gradually disappear overnight tonight, and you can see the rain in the south takes over, heading up the eastern coast before coming westwards during the day tomorrow. And it's that rain that's giving us cause for concern. Most of us will be back at work tomorrow. It couldn't come at a worse time. It is looking like it will be severe, so the Met Office has issued an early warning of severe weather for eastern England and Scotland. We could see 50 millimetres of rain. That could lead to some flash flooding. That's a good couple of inches of rain falling in quite a short space of time. The areas most at risk: northeast England, East Anglia and Lincolnshire. So that'll be there from the word go in the morning, coupled by gale force winds, that rain gradually moving its way westwards during the day. In the south and west it should be fairly dry and bright, and for Northern Ireland that rain won't arrive until the evening. In that wind, cloud and rain though, only 12 to 13 degrees. That's all from me for now. Good night.
Pilot spots flying infant at 30,000 feet. Toddler talks tough. Behind the headlines lies the unbelievable truth. Mild-mannered George Sunday and his wife hide an amazing secret.
Uh-oh, looks like a job for Thermoman.
But now they've got a pint-sized sidekick.
Love you, Mummy.
Who could blow their cover.
Why have you got a hole in your door?
I'm making a baby flat.
Odla Hanlon is My Hero. The new series starts Friday at 8:30 on BBC One.
This is BBC One in the South, and now South Today with Sally Taylor and Roger Finn.
Hello and welcome to South Today. In tonight's programme, tragedy on the M23. 3 people die, including a mother and daughter. The rest of the family witnessed the crash. And fire destroys an education centre overnight. Arson hasn't been ruled out.
And join me later live from a Jubilee party near Newbury. Not the biggest, perhaps, but this one has plenty of heart. First, though, the main news of the day with Sally.
3 people have been killed, including a 10-year-old girl and her mother, in a crash on the M23 near Gatwick. It's believed the accident was witnessed by the girl's father and brother, who were travelling in the car behind. Mark Norman reports.
The crash took place on the southbound carriageway of the motorway at Junction 9, the turn-off for Gatwick Airport. 3 women and a child were travelling in a Peugeot when their car hit a slip road crash barrier and overturned, rolling back onto the main carriageway of the M23. It was then hit by a Citroën coming the other way. 2 of the women and the 10-year-old child died instantly. The other woman is in critical condition in hospital with head injuries. The driver of the second car suffered minor injuries. The police haven't named the victims yet. The family involved was believed to have been travelling home from a Jubilee Day celebration when the 2 vehicles accidentally turned onto the southbound carriageway of the motorway instead of northbound. The father and his 11-year-old son were following and are said to be deeply shocked after witnessing the accident.
Mark Norman reporting. Hampshire Police has released a CCTV picture of fugitive Richard Markham, taken just before he fled the country. Police want to talk to him after the dismembered body of his friend was found in a Basingstoke park. Emily McGarr reports.
Richard Markham captured on camera Friday afternoon at Heathrow's Terminal 4. He's clutching his ticket to New York's JFK Airport. Police named 27-year-old Markham as their prime suspect for the murder of Tristan Lovelock within hours of his death. The severed head of the father of two was found in a park in Basingstoke on Friday afternoon. Other parts of his body were found around a housing estate nearby. Police believe he'd been bludgeoned to death with a blunt instrument. Tristan Lovelock and Richard Markham were part of the same social circle and had been friends for nearly 8 years. They were last seen together as they left a friend's house where they'd been drinking at 8 o'clock on Thursday night. What happened between them then is a matter of an intense police investigation. The image of Markham is being circulated by the New York Police Department, who have a warrant for his arrest. Emily McGarr, BBC South Today.
A murder inquiry has been launched after the discovery of a body at a flat in Southampton. Crime officers are carrying out investigations at the property on St Denis Road. 2 men are being questioned at Southampton Central Police Station. A post-mortem examination is being carried out. Now, it might have been arson. It took over 70 firefighters to contain the blaze that destroyed an education centre near Portsmouth last night. Today, fire investigation officers say the cause of the blaze at the Woodland Centre in Cowplain is unclear. Georgina Windsor reports.
The fire broke out in the early hours of this morning. At its height, 70 firefighters tried to bring the blaze under control. They know the fire started in the rear of the building and quickly spread through the roof space. The Woodland Centre had only opened in September after a £250,000 refurbishment. It was a pupil referral unit for children who'd been expelled or those who can't go to mainstream school for emotional reasons. The pupils that come here to Woodlands have lost more than just a building. Some of them had been due to sit their GCSEs here on Monday. Now much of their coursework has been destroyed. Staff were supposed to be on their half-term break. Instead, they've had to survey this burnt-out shell and endure the sight of their pupils' hard work in ruins.
Just devastating after all the work and everything we put into this school, this place. You know, just can't believe it.
I just feel really tearful because it's almost like a second home. And all of us have just worked so hard to put the place together. I mean, we've only been in here less than a year and it's just gone.
The building is destroyed and plans are being put in place to find the recently opened centre another new home. Georgina Windsor, BBC South Today, Cowplain.
Now, some bus services in Dorset are facing disruption because of a driver's strike on Friday. Bus operator First Southern National, which runs services in Dorchester, Weymouth and Portland, says members of the RMT union are taking action over a pay dispute. They've rejected a 2-year pay deal worth 8%. Travellers are being advised to assume no services will operate and to phone customer helplines. Now, sports news, and our cricket sides have been in one-day action today. Visitors Hampshire Hawks batted first at Lords, scoring 183 for the loss of 8 wickets. The Middlesex Crusaders are 137 for the loss of 7 wickets in reply. 7 overs left in that game, by the way. Surrey Lions were set a target of 230 to win by the Northamptonshire Steelbacks. A short while ago, they were 197 for 6 wickets off 38 overs. And Sussex Sharks put 240 runs on the board in their match against the Essex Eagles, prior scoring 73. The visitors have scored 119 for 4 off 25 overs.